What's going on, guys? This is TM Smith from TW Smith Guitars, and today we've got a brand new 4-string multi-scale Cooper bass model, and this is a first for TW Smith, so let's get into the specs on this. Alright, so we've got a buckeye burl top on this with some red epoxy filler going on throughout the top. Anybody not familiar with buckeye burl, these dark and light patterns are all natural to the wood, and then the red parts are epoxy that has been poured into the cracks and holes of the top to give it a bit more dimension and figure. So just kind of looks, I mean, it's all aesthetic, but it looks really cool on that. We've got a 1-piece swamp ash body, a 9-piece Wenge Purple Heart maple neck with a pale moon ebony fretboard, a black tusk Graphtec nut, along with lumen lace side dots. We've also got, as far as hardware goes, hip shot tuners, and then the single saddle, individual saddle, whatever you want to call it, hip shot bridge. Pickup wise, we've got a Seymour Duncan SSB4 pickup set, and as far as these controls go, we've got neck volume, bridge volume, and then the EQ section right here. So we've got bass, low mids, high mids. All of these are kind of running in conjunction with a Darkglass Tone Capsule preamp. So if you know Darkglass stuff, you know that for metal bass, they have essentially perfected the sound. So you're going to get a lot of growl and bite out of this thing, but there are so many tones in this that I'm kind of having trouble finding a favorite, honestly. But yeah, these configuration and these pickups are really awesome. And then just to end it off with the specs, we've got 24 stainless steel frets, and scale length on the high side, we've got 34-inch scale, and the low side is 36.5. Most people know me as a guitar player. I actually started off touring in bands as a bass player, but it's been quite a while, so I'm gonna just do my best to show you as many sounds as I can get. I just picked this thing up for the first time about 10-15 minutes ago, so I'm kind of just gonna mess with as much and show you as much range as I can, and then I'll have some drum loops with it. And because I just picked it up for the first time, I haven't dialed in my Kemper very much for it, so the tones that you're hearing are the STL Tones Will Putney tonality pack. So gonna have a lot of different sounds going on to help an amp sound complement the sound of this bass, but there's a lot of tones you can get out of this. So to show off these sounds, I'm just going to leave the EQ at neutral to start, just to show you where the neck pickup is coming into play versus the bridge pickup. So right now, both bridge and neck are full blast, and these are all the EQ is flat right down the middle. Then we got just the bridge pickup. And then just the neck pickup. All right, so now I am gonna just mess with it and get some tones that I really like. I'm not gonna be able to keep track of where I'm at with the EQ, but you're gonna hear a lot of different stuff, and I'll mess around with it as we're going, so you'll be able to kind of hear the adjustments I make in real time. So yeah, there is a lot of sounds that this thing can make. If you have ever used the Darkglass B7K or any of the Darkglass heads, you know that the EQ and the distortion that you could get from it is pretty insane. I have pretty much only ever played in bands that needed high gain for a bass also. I toured with Structures for a little bit, and I also toured with Fit for an Autopsy for a little bit. And that Darkglass sound that's the one for those type of super high gain bands. But this thing can really do all of it right here on the bass. Like, I feel very confident that I could plug this thing into any head, and a little bit of distortion or grit from either a pedal or just an amp head that has some grit that you could get into it, and I can do anything on this bass. So I'm super impressed with it, and it's making me really want a 4-string with this Darkglass preamp and these pickups in it. So thank you guys for checking this out.